real quick, tell me what you think the result of GSP versus Rockhold 4 will be.
GSP Rockhold 4. I think you figured me out in the trilogy fight there.
I don't
I
know. I mean, you figured me out too with the
How did
submissions.
you win? How did you win in the third one again? I
I
forgot.
want to say it was like a wheel kick. I want to
Oh,
say I caught you cold like early in the first round.
oh yeah.
I
Was
think
it
we
the
need a
second round?
quadrilogy.
Okay.
We need a quadrilogy fight. Good day, good people of the internet, and welcome to a podcast thing. Yeah, that's what this
Discussion
is.
podcast.
I am joined with a friend of mine. Introduce yourself, good sir.
I am Mepilep7, also known as real name. I have also a YouTube channel.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you do. And we are going to be discussing
UFC.
UFC Nashville, also known as UFC on ESPN Plus 6. But that's too wordy of a title.
It was UFC Fight Night 154.
Jeez.
There are 154 of these things.
Good heavens. Alrighty. I would have thought there would have been more, actually. Anyhow, we're going to be going basically through the whole main card, right?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Starting bottom to top.
So, let's get started then.
148 it was. Yeah. How do you? The first fight is Macy Barber versus JJ Aldrich. Go ahead and start, Jones. Who do you think is gonna win this one?
Not the fans. This is gonna be a snoozer. No, honestly, if I had to put money on it, gun to my head, I would say Macy Barber.
Yep.
This young lady is undefeated, and I haven't really seen her last fight, but from what I have seen of her, she has looked very, very impressive, very ferocious.
Yeah.
Kind of reminiscent of Aspen Ladd.
Yeah. That she reminds me of too. When she gets on top and she gets the takedown, she rains down some great ground and pound.
Oh yeah.
And she's good on the feet too. So.
Yeah, I haven't really seen her on the feet, but that ground and pound I saw. Oh my goodness, brutal.
Her last fight was Hannah Cyphers, I think, and that was on strawweight. Now she's moved up the flyweight.
Oh wow.
So I think she's going to. She's fighting Aldrich, who I don't think is as explosive as her, but yeah, I think Barber has this.
Yeah, that's not really an interesting fight to discuss. The more interesting ones come up later. Luis Pena versus Steven Peterson.
Luis Pena, the 6'3" featherweight, or 148.5 pounder.
Oh, he missed by that much?
Yeah, he missed by
Jeez.
2.5 pounds from 146. He was allowed to. So yeah, I think I'm going to pick him because.
On one hand, yeah, but on the other hand, in his last fight, he looked like he just had no clue what to do.
He looked a bit lost in there. He really impressed. I watched his Ultimate Fighter fights. He fought way differently. He fought constant pressure against.
Oh yeah, extremely smooth boxing. His jiu-jitsu was solid. But now I don't know. He just looked lost.
In the Alex Trezano fight, he didn't even know what he was doing.
Yeah. I think his only offense that fight was, like, his only effective offense was head shakes.
Yeah, and he tried to do the sort of Khabib-esque out style, but it didn't really work for him.
I mean, in fairness, he was training with Khabib.
Yeah, he moved to AKA, so.
Yeah, I thought he was at AKA the whole time.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I would have to go with Peterson.
Here you are? Peterson?
Yeah, just because Pena looked so lost.
Yeah, and he's probably super drained from the weight cut. I don't know how much that's going to.
Yeah. he looked big at lightweight. So imagine if he looked. Oh man.
Losing at lightweight was to lose 10 more pounds.
Yeah.
So, it's crazy.
I mean, he'd still be big at welterweight. Honestly, he should go up to welterweight. I think I'd like to see what he does there.
He'd be decently sized there.
Yeah.
He's completely oversized at featherweight.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, up next we have Jussier Formiga versus Davison Figueiredo. This is a tricky one. What do you think?
this is a close fight. I was initially going to think Davis and Figueroa because he looked so good in his previous fight against John Moraga. Had a great TKO, but I don't know. I think Jussier Formiga is going to take him down a bunch of times.
Oh
in
yeah.
the boring. Something just tells me that's going to happen because Figueroa, he doesn't. Well, the one fight where he had kind of shoddy looking take Brooks, and I don't think he won a split decision, and I think Jussier Formiga saw that fight and is going to just try to emulate.
Yeah. That I would have to. I don't know. I think in his last fight, Figueiredo looked absolutely phenomenal. But then again, that was at was that at bantamweight? I feel like that was at bantamweight.
This is a flyweight bout here, so
Yeah.
I don't think.
I kind of thought that Figueiredo went up to bantamweight for his last fight, but I'm not sure. I'll actually look that up right now. Figueiredo, what has he? His Oh man, at 233 he was gonna be fighting Benavidez. That would have been a good one. Okay, looks like he got a KO of John Moraga back in August. John Moraga. Right, I remember that fight. That's the fight that he looked phenomenal in.
Gravedigger celebration, and then I got cut from the UFC after that. So poor John Moraga.
Yeah. Good
And
heavens.
now
Flyweight division. What do you think Dana is doing with the flyweights? Like, he's cutting every loser, so is he just trying to whittle it down to Cejudo?
that everyone who loses up until other people, and then he's going to just say up to bantamweight now.
Do you think that Cejudo is going to get cut if he fights Moraes and loses?
No. I think Cejudo is the special case where he's the champion. And
That's true.
they cut him because then I don't know. I think he has special protection in that case.
That's true.
Yeah. So who do you take for Formiga Figueiredo? Just, and I know it's close, but who do you think you have?
I gotta probably Formiga.
Yeah. Yeah, he has great takedowns. I think.
Oh yeah.
How good Figueiredo's jiu-jitsu is, but it's probably not as.
Okay, so up next we have a lightweight fight. John Makdessi versus Jesus Pinedo. And these guys have extremely similar records. Seems like they have similar experience.
Yeah.
Looks like they just have one fight off from each other. And I actually haven't seen Pinedo fight. Have you?
He fought Felipe Silva, I think. Felipe Silva.
Do you remember when that was? Wait, what? Oh, apparently he was originally supposed to fight Fritz Gritzmacher.
This card?
Yeah, but that got canceled. He also fought Devin Powell. That was his, I believe, first fight in the UFC.
I was confusing Pinedo for someone completely different. Never mind. He fought Powell, yeah.
Yeah.
He beat Powell.
Decision. Went to a decision. I can't remember that fight for the life of me.
It was an alright fight. I mean, he just or he boxed up Powell and he wanted to. Yeah, I think these guys are very similar. I think I'll take Makdessi.
The thing about Makdessi is he is the only fighter who has the distinct honor of being Lando Venata's only win in the UFC.
Not currently. Lando Venata also has a win over.
Oh, right. That total Brazilian can.
Anderson Silva lookalike.
Canderson Silva. But I mean, at the same time, Makdessi is extremely slick with his hands.
He is, yeah. That's probably one of his strongest attributes is his boxing.
Yeah. And I think, honestly, Makdessi is going to finish this one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Huh. Like, bold prediction. Makdessi by which round?
Probably. I would want to say around 2. I honestly believe that, like, these guys have extremely similar records and similar styles, but at the same time, Makdessi is, like, he is one of the 2 guys in the UFC to have been beaten by Lando Venata. He's got to be a little more motivated to put himself out there.
We got killed by spinning wheel kick, and it was on all the highlight reels.
Yeah. Even though it wasn't really that impressive of a spinning wheel kick. Like, compared to Barboza's, it's like a gentle tap.
Yeah. And he ran right into it. You didn't even see it coming, so.
Yeah. But yeah, McDessie by superiority, round 2. How about you?
Yeah, I'll pick McDessie by decision.
Okay. So up next, these are the fights that I think we can really get in depth about.
Oh yeah.
Because the main event is featuring my favorite fighter ever, Wonderboy Thompson. And the co-main is two heavyweights, two jiggly heavyweights.
One more jiggly than the other.
Yeah.
Much more jiggly. Oh, God.
Actually, to be honest, not by much. One weighed in, Blades weighed in at what, like 263? I think?
Well,
And Willis weighed in at 266.
Oh, yeah. Right on the limit. Right on the limit.
Good heavens. It'd take a special kind of commitment to miss weight for a heavyweight fight. Anyhow, how do you envision this one going?
This fight, I think, people just has a win in his last fight and just.
Wait, Willis fought Mark Hunt in his last fight, right?
Oh, he fought Ngannou.
Oh, right. Oh, no, I meant Willis. Willis fought Mark Hunt in his last fight.
Willis fought, yeah. Willis won a snoozer decision.
Yep. And Blades lost a fantastic 30-second fight to Mark Hunt, to Ngannou.
Yep. So but Willis, he's not been. From the Hunt fight, I saw that he's very good at sticking to a game plan if he needs to.
Yeah.
Yeah, tight boxing, but Curtis Blades isn't bad boxing either, and
I mean, Curtis Blades' stand-up is improving, that's for certain.
Yeah, it's all right. It's more of a mode to just try to get it to the ground.
Yeah.
Close distance with the hands and then shoot.
Yeah, he mostly creates distance with his hands, then closes that distance, and then shoots in. Like, his jab, I would say, is pretty good. It's probably his main offensive weapon. Although I recall in the Overeem fight, he was using a lot of knees as well, actually. I don't know if you remember that.
Hurt Overeem on the feet, I think, and then he was up against the fence. He was swinging on.
Yeah.
And he took him down. So he always goes back to the wrestling. He doesn't have a lot of straight.
Still, it takes someone who's not bad at striking to hurt Overeem.
Definitely developing as he goes along.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen Willis taken down or even threatened with a lot of takedowns. But this is gonna.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting.
I take Blades. I take Blades by this.
Me too. I take Blades by decision, either decision or round 3 finished. Ground and pound. Because those elbows, man, they're Gunnar Nelson elbows.
I don't know how Willis is going to take it. I figure him the guy that's going to gas once he gets on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how he'll be able to move around and avoid Blades if Blades gets him down. So, I see happening.
Hold on. Is Willis the one who landed that fantastic combination on Chase Sherman? Or was that another jiggly heavyweight?
Everyone always gets Willis and Walt Harris confused.
Oh, Walt Harris. Yeah, that's the guy. I feel like he got cut recently. Is that the case? Walt Harris. Googling now. Walt Harris. Let's see. Oh, he's expected to fight Alexei Olenek. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, Olenek. Dude.
I hope he enjoys having a neck, because he won't for long. So, on to the really fun one. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for me to gush about Wonder Boy?
Go ahead. You love Wonder Boy. I like Wonder Boy too.
You like Wonder Boy? I love Wonder Boy.
Exactly.
This guy, this guy is actually older than Junior Dos Santos.
What is Junior Dos Santos?
Junior Dos Santos is Dos Santos. I don't remember the exact age. He is 35. Wonder Boy is 36.
Uh,
So
Thompson
he's
looks so young. He looks really young.
yeah, I know. And Wonder Boy at age 36 hasn't really slowed down much. I mean, a little bit, of course. In the Darren Till fight, he didn't exactly look impressive, but it's hard to really look impressive against Darren Till unless you're Jorge Masvidal
Yeah,
or
he
Tyron Woodley.
Thompson has the same game plan for almost every single fight, and he doesn't
Yeah,
most of the time. He sometimes I see him let his hands go, but that's against people who aren't really striking through.
yeah. Against Masvidal, he showed
Yeah,
surprisingly great boxing. Like he was hitting in combination, doing the pull counters. He was circling out when Masvidal would throw a strike and just catching him clean with the rear hand.
he was all over Masvidal. He was changing.
Oh yeah.
Things
He
and
dropped Masvidal as well with a side kick to the body, if I remember.
he dropped him with a punch too. Somewhere in the fight, he dropped.
Oh man, Wonder Boy, look at you go!
That fight's definitely aged well with how Masvidal
Yeah, like
right.
Wonder Boy beat the guy who beat Till. Okay, so now this is an MMA math conundrum.
Triangle. Thompson beat Masvidal. Who beat Till? Who beat wait what? Who beat Thompson?
How does that even work now?
I think.
Oh, there's an echo. Anyhow,
So, Jones, who do you have?
obviously I got Pettis.
Oh yeah, Pettis gonna dominate.
Oh yeah, actually, I genuinely think it's going to be closer than people think. I
mean,
genuinely believe, like, Showtime is Showtime. Never has a boring fight, always pushes the pace. And Wonder Boy loves to have his pace pushed.
I, I, I see Anthony Pettis moving up to multiple.
Did you see the weigh-in footage?
Look all right. How's Anthony Pettis look?
He looks massive. Like, oh, like compared to Wonder Boy, he's still small, but he looks like a welterweight. He looks sized for welterweight.
Does he just look like he hasn't maybe cut weight and bulked up?
Yeah, it looks like he's bulked up a little bit. See if I can pull it up and send it to you. Let's see.
Looks big. Wow, his back.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Also, one thing to note is the reach. They seem to have similar reach, from what I can tell. Yeah, 72 inches to 70 inches. That's not exactly... No, wait, never mind. 72.5 to 75. That's about a 2.5 inch reach difference, which is negotiable. That's a negotiable reach differential, especially for Pettis, who really doesn't have that great of hands. He likes to lead with his kicks. That open side body kick. Question is, will he be able to actually nail Wonder Boy with it? What do you think?
Anyone can win in a kicking battle with Stephen Thompson.
Yeah, if anyone can do it, it's Pettis.
Maybe.
Pettis is... I was thinking about it earlier today. Pettis is the best kicker that Thompson has fought. Isn't he? Like, looking through his resume, you have Darren Till, who, I mean, he's a good kicker, but he's no Anthony Pettis.
Yeah.
We have Masvidal, who is also good. He's decent, but he's no Anthony Pettis. And then we have Woodley.
Aaron Woodley's a good leg kicker.
Yeah.
He didn't use that a lot in both his fights against Thompson.
Yeah. Then he fought Rory. Rory didn't use his kicks at all in that fight. Then there was Hendricks, and he dominated Hendricks. Ellenberger, who was more of like a wrestler, right? If I remember.
He's a wrestler, a lot of overhand rights.
Yeah. And then let's see, Whitaker, who Whitaker's a great kicker, absolutely. But like I said in my other video, his weapon is the jab to mask the high kick. And against Thompson, you can't really jab Thompson. You can't jab Wonderboy.
Can't set anything up on Thompson. He sees it coming a mile.
Yeah. His long stance allows him to evade it. And his fight IQ just, like, he knows what you're going to throw before you throw it. Because he would throw it the same way.
He usually sees what you have coming about a mile away, because there's some... By the time you get over to him, you've already missed your punch.
Yeah. The only exception is when you back into the fence.
Yeah. Woodley was able to tag him in both fights because of his flash.
Yeah, and Till did it as well.
Dropped him too in the 5th round.
Did he did it? Let me try that sentence again. Did he do it in when was that? The first or the second fight?
We do what?
When did Woodley drop Wonderboy? Was that first or second fight?
Dropped him both.
Oh, really? It was in both.
Woodley dropped Thompson in the 4th round of the first fight, and
Oh, I thought he shot for the Gaethje. Maybe I'm misremembering.
he hurt Thompson bad in the first fight, and then he was laying it on and dropped for a guillotine. I think.
I remember Ellenberger dropped him as well.
Yeah, he did.
It's that overhand right that Woodley threw, Till threw, and Ellenberger threw that just seems like he's vulnerable to an overhand right, which, I mean, Pettis has a really good overhand right. He dropped Tony with it.
You can look at those fights. I know, because Woodley trains at Rufus Sport, and Pettis is also at Rufus Sport. Maybe Woodley's talking in Pettis.
Yeah, maybe. But, I mean, if Woodley was talking in Pettis' ear, he would just say, back to the fence.
No, Pettis can't back to the fence. It's one thing he can't do is back up in this fight, because he needs to come forward.
Absolutely. Like, what he needs to do, I think, to win, Pettis needs to pressure Wonderboy so that his back is to the fence, and counter any kick that Wonderboy throws with that open side body kick, if he can land it. Or at the very least, threaten it. We haven't seen Wonderboy hit clean by anything other than those overhand rights. Right?
Not really. I remember him getting hit clean in a lot of fights, actually.
Yeah.
Those moments stand out to me. It was dropped by Till, dropped by Woodley, dropped by Woodley again. I don't think.
Yeah. Anyhow, what were you going to say?
I was just say I want Pettis to do well because I don't want a really boring.
Yeah. I mean, Pettis doesn't have boring fights.
No.
But, man, this has all the makings of an extremely fun kickboxing match or a boring chess match.
Maybe Wonderboy will let his hands go.
Yeah. Or let his kicks go. Like, people don't quite remember... The most memorable Wonderboy moments were through his kicks. The question mark kick KO of Dan Stitchin. The wheel kick on Ellenberger. Let's see. What else? The spinning back kick on Hendricks. Although that was also followed by punches, but I think it was the back kick that did it.
Yeah.
But
and Whitaker with punches. I know that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He didn't finish Cote. He just dropped him, but he finished Whitaker with punches.
Let me actually look, because there's one more that I'm forgetting. Let's see. Matt Brown beat him. Let's see. Chris Clements. What did he do to Clements? What did he do to poor Chris Clements? It was a KO in round 2, apparently. But I'm really having trouble remembering the fight. I believe that was punches.
TKO punches on Sherdog.
Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. It seems as Wonderboy's career has progressed, he's gotten a lot more fond of decisions. He's gotten less of a finisher.
Him getting all these fantastic finishes and
Yeah,
as the competition has improved too.
yeah, that's definitely true. Although he was also like he was getting finishes on Karate Legends, and they are I wouldn't say they're UFC caliber talent all the time, but some of them at least I'm sure go into the UFC and be competitive.
A
So
lot
he
of
was
the
still
time,
getting finishes on top competition.
yeah. In the Woodley fights, he seemed very hesitant to
Yeah,
listen to the takedown or the power of Woodley.
I think the more Thompson is afraid of his opponent, the the higher the odds it is of going to a decision. If he has no fear of someone, he'll just go all in.
Yeah,
I don't think he feared Masvidal. Masvidal just has an iron chin. Like, that guy took bombs from Till, stood standing, smiled.
great in the last fight.
My goodness, that last fight. Can we talk about that last fight briefly?
Yeah, sure.
Because, like, one, I want to pad for content, because I'd also like to discuss the next card, because you know what that one is. It's Gaethje versus Barboza. But also, I just want to discuss this, because it makes for good content. So, Jorge Masvidal's brilliant finish of Darren Till. Back at UFC London. An amazing cap off to a very, very poor card. He he set up a bunch of feints, effectively tricked Till into lowering his guard to check a leg kick. Switched again, caught him with a left overhand. Because Masvidal said that he never actually throws that strike, or rarely throws that strike. So Till would not expect it.
He definitely caught him by surprise, but he was.
I still wonder if Till is out. Some say that to this day, Darren Till is laying in London on the octagon.
Still staring at him with a shocked face.
Like that. That was a crowd silencer. That was a KO of the year contender.
I didn't know Masvidal had that.
I mean, we saw that Till definitely had a chin on him. He was taking some bombs from Masvidal earlier in the fight. I don't know if he was trying to do the Anderson Silva thing or if he was just not defensively there that day.
He just got caught, like, blocked it with his hands, kind of tried to parry to one side and leave one side of his face completely open.
Yeah.
And Masvidal threw the right hook for him to parry, and then one side was open. He tagged him clean.
Yeah, it was just a brilliant sequence. I do wonder though, was it an accumulation of damage? I mean, obviously not a complete accumulation, but Masvidal landed shots on Till that he was walking through. It was kind of scary, actually.
It was walking through them.
Yeah, Till was walking through. I remember Masvidal landed a 2-hook combination in round 1. Till just backed off and grinned at him.
Yeah, he has a great chin on him. I think it was mostly due to him Till not seeing his punch coming at all.
Yeah, it's the shot that you don't see coming that sends you into sends you back to Liverpool.
And Woodley too. He dropped him, but he didn't KO him.
Yeah.
So it's all tricking Till into
Lowering his hands.
Yeah.
Or committing to a shot. Because it's when Till commits to something that he gets cracked. That's what Masvidal was saying. That Till is he's the kind of guy who always goes for the KO, never really trying to point fight. So Till is honestly more vulnerable than a lot of people who would be on paper more vulnerable than him.
Doesn't do a great job. I don't want to call him bad defense. He's not bad defensively. It's just he has holes.
Yeah, he has he has the Muay Thai habit where he picked that habit of Muay up in his days as a Muay Thai fighter where he sways back to avoid kicks and to avoid hooks and overhands. And I think that bit him because
Very,
he's finding he can't quite sway out of the pocket like that.
very high guard, and he tries to just use the lie on head out of the way, or just kind of parrying everything out of the way.
Yeah, I mean when it works, it looks great and it feels great. When it doesn't, oh man, you get sent back to Liverpool. Anyway, let's also briefly touch on. Oh, I realized we didn't actually say who we thought would win the fight, but I think we kind of made it obvious. The main event for UFC Nashville, I think we kind of made it obvious. It's obviously Anthony Pettis.
Yeah, Anthony Pettis by just third round TKO. I think.
Anthony Pettis by being better in every way. You remember, you kept saying Louis Smolka by being better. Finished in round one. Tim Means by being better. Finished in round one.
It means
That was an amazing fight as well. But yes, Anthony Pettis by being better. Definitely. No, Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy all day. And now let's just briefly touch on the main event of the next card, because I just want to get an early prediction in. A real early thought at this. This is March 30th. It's UFC on ESPN 2. It's Edson Barboza versus Justin Gaethje. Now, what do you think of this fight?
it's such a good fight.
I am so hyped for this.
The card can get canceled tomorrow. I wouldn't mind that much, and I just so this fight can take place.
I know, if both main event fighters pull out, I'll be sad that I don't get to see Wonder Boy. But if Barboza and Gaethje sub in, gimme that. Gimme.
Yeah, give me it now. This fight is so good.
Inject it straight into my eyes, please.
Where do I start? I think
What are you thinking?
I like both guys equally. I don't.
Kind of cutting out a little bit.
Oh, you hear me?
Yep. Hear you now.
Yep. Okay. Okay. The mic was drifting away from my face. Let me adjust. Okay. So I'm picking Gaethje to win. It's a very even match.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Gaethje.
Because I know who's going to be going forward. I know who's going to try to go back. Is Gaethje's always going to be going forward, and Barboza will be going back. And he doesn't do well at pressure, but he also will be tattooing Gaethje as he comes forward.
Oh yeah. The Poirier. No, it was Alvarez who managed to just torture Justin Gaethje's body with these brilliantly placed hooks and uppercuts, just these terribly painful shots to the liver and to just his body in general. I just can't imagine how painful that is. But Gaethje was walking through it. It was incredible. Until, of course, that caused him to lower his guard, which led to the finish. But, man.
Now imagine Barboza. He keeps tagging Gaethje with body kicks as he comes forward.
I know,
Ow.
as soon as he comes within range, there's going to be a foot flying toward him.
Gaethje's just going to take it and come forward. This fight is going to be who's going to drop first. Who's going to drop from...
Just watch it be MVP versus Daly 2. I would lose all hope in MMA if that happened.
Wrestle Gaethje. Don't wrestle.
Oh man, but I can kind of predict exactly what we're gonna see because Barboza, he's the kind of guy with he has a move set, so to speak. So does Thompson, so does Wonder Boy, but Barboza has a kind of a move set. He doesn't really
Yeah.
do techniques freely. He waits for the
Backs
right
it.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah, he sits there and then he throws his whatever, and then he kind of moves out of the way and moves forward. The body kick, leg kick, combo, whatever. He
Yeah.
doesn't try to float one thing into another. He just throws.
And I was reading a comment on Reddit that basically said that you can see what Barboza drills in in training. You can see what he's drilled to the point of excess, and you can see what he hasn't done. Because the things that he does drill insanely, he does so smoothly. But he obviously doesn't drill like fighting off his back foot or wrestling because he looks sloppy, amateur there. He's very much kind of a one trick fighter. But that one trick is so doggone good.
Yeah. When he gets taken down, he more relies on just his energy to try to get up and wheel himself out of there.
Yeah.
Like that,
Feet on hips, push off.
people who are able to keep you down, like Lee and Khabib,
Yeah.
have
Also,
to
he still had
take.
enough energy to land a wheel kick on Habib in the third round?
Yeah, third round it was. Yeah, but playing where Barbosa just he kind of gasses out, but he doesn't gas out. Where he you take Jones.
Oh man. I I love this fight so much. It'd be impossible to even really choose a winner here because Gaethje is he's just unrelenting pressure and pain, and he's he's human, of course. He's very mortal, as Poirier and Alvarez proved.
Yeah,
But early in the round, he is freaking deadly, as Vic saw.
yeah. Gaethje, you mean Gaethje?
Say that again?
Gaethje, you talking about Gaethje right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
You're still cutting out a little bit.
Let me adjust my microphone. Hear me now?
Yep. All good now.
Okay. It's just drifting away. There you go. I'll fix it. Boom. Okay.
So, Justin Gaethje, what were you going to say?
No. I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, Justin Gaethje, he's constant pressure and pain, and this is really a battle of not really who's going to drop first, but who's going to be able to. It's as much a battle of chins as it is of pressure um, versus immovability, unrelenting force versus unrelenting determination, in a
Yeah.
sense. Because Barboza, his best strikes are when he plants his feet and just goes. And I could honestly see if Gaethje wants to fight smart, which I hope he doesn't, honestly. I hope we get a banger here. But if Gaethje wants to fight smart, he could very, very easily catch Barboza on a whiffed wheel kick. Because they love to throw those just out of range.
Yeah. Barbosa misses with something and he's sort of out of position. Gaethje's gonna pour it on.
Oh yeah. Either via some wrestling, which I hope he doesn't do, but it would be a very viable path to win, especially
Ooh, wrestling.
considering Gaethje apparently is a very, very good wrestler.
I haven't seen it.
Like, he's pretty well regarded as a wrestler, as far as I understand.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want him to wrestle.
Yeah. I don't want to see that guy wrestle. I want to see the bang. I want to see leg kicks collide. And okay, I think ultimately the determining factor is Gaethje is very, very happy to work on the inside. And like, he's kind of comfortable from any range, but where he's best is inside in the pocket, swinging hooks, throwing leg kicks. Whereas Barboza, very much an outside fighter, an outside power fighter. It's kind of
Likes to
weird. He's like a You don't really see many outside power fighters these days, do you?
I like to just keep you in one place and be bag.
Yeah,
He's the guy I think of when I think of just throwing body kicks
yeah.
and hitting it all over the place.
Him and Aldo, and I would say Crow Cop as well.
Yeah, him and Aldo are very reminiscent of each other.
Yeah,
Even though they look alike, but they like throwing kicks in one place, exploding all over the place. And
they have very similar styles, honestly.
Rose doesn't really have the boxing of Aldo, but he definitely has the leg kicks. The
Actually,
body.
Barboza's boxing is kind of underrated. You saw his Pettis fight, right?
Yeah, he has good boxing, but it's not. I'm just saying it's not his best. His
Yeah,
best attribute. He's great boxing.
yeah. His boxing is fast, not so much powerful. Anytime Pettis got within range, he was lighting him up
Yeah,
and putting him right in range for the kicks, which I think might be the case here. Barboza's hands are so fast and so explosive. And Gaethje, he's like a glacier. He comes forward, and you're not going to be able to stop him. But Barboza's hands are fast enough to potentially pierce that guard. Maybe sting him a little. Get
really
him to,
hard to tie. To yeah, go ahead.
get him to back up enough and then throw a leg kick or body kick. That's what I envision. What do you think?
I don't think Barboza is gonna. It's gonna be hard for him to tire out in this fight because he's gonna be circling, bang, 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 move around, move around. I think that is what he's gonna train for. And God, I'm flip flopping. I think Barboza's gonna win now.
Yeah, I know.
The more I
It's
think
such a
about it.
good fight.
Never mind, Barboza. I think Barboza by TKO.
Maybe, because Gaethje is anything but elusive, right?
Yeah, he's gonna try to absorb all the damage he can. I don't think he's gonna find what Barboza's gonna throw at him for
Yeah.
long. For long. Once it goes into the deep round, he's just gonna like
Unless he manages to pressure Barboza against the fence and gas him.
yeah, that can happen too. I don't know.
It's such a compelling matchup. It's difficult to say. Like me personally, I'm leaning toward Gaethje, but I think it's going to be the hardest fight of his career. I honestly think if he doesn't get finished, he's going to have enough damage in his body to retire on the spot. At least he'd better, because Barboza's going to hurt him.
Sorry for Gaethje. I know he's gonna absorb damage in this fight. I just know.
I just want to see it.
March 30th, you're gonna hurt Gaethje. I'm sorry.
But Barboza's going to hurt too.
Yeah, you too, Barboza. None of you going out of this without bruises.
Oh man, this is going to be such a compelling it's going to be such an extremely compelling matchup because like on surface level we have two extremely explosive strikers, but it's deeper than that. It's a battle of kickers. It's a battle of similar styles that are
Yeah.
just different enough to cause each other huge problems.
What's that saying? It's an unstoppable force versus immovable objects.
Yeah, and
Each is
yeah,
force.
we just need to find out like whether Barboza's truly unstoppable, truly immovable, or Gaethje is truly unstoppable.
Look,
Have you seen if Barboza is really able to be backed up against the fence? Do you think he's not really cage aware like that? Like
Yeah,
Vic,
he-
for
he-
example?
he gets in. What does Yeah, he gets in those positions where he just waits for something to happen. He moves, and then maybe gets caught somewhere. I think Gaethje is definitely going to catch him in that circumstance.
Yeah. I honestly think that if Gaethje is going to finish it, it's going to be a Vic situation where he's got him against the fence, he lands a jab overhand. But if Barboza is going to do it, it's going to be in the deep rounds, maybe fourth or fifth, kick to
Yeah.
the body.
Yeah, and Gaethje, by accumulation of damage, is how I see him losing. And if Gaethje and Barboza loses, if he just gets caught with something huge on the fence.
Has Barboza
Or-
ever been completely slept?
I don't know. I don't think he has. Really good chin.
Well, it's going to be tested. Oh, that is such a matchup. Anyhow, I think this that wraps up for this week. If you want to do this again sometime, Mep, I'd be very, very happy to do it. I really enjoyed this.
Totally. Me too. That was great. Alrighty.
So, if you'd like to plug anything, if you'd like to plug yourself,
Yeah. Come visit my YouTube channel. Look at my videos. That's it.
all right. And, well, that wraps us off. I hope you
Right.
folks enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Farewell, YouTube.